CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we're going to learn how to make a Tunisian headband. Now this is done with the Tunisian stitch for crochet, and this is what it looks like. You are not going to need a Tunisian hook though, okay? You can use a regular hook, but you probably would like to use a hook that doesn't have, you know, the plastic on the ends, because you will want a little bit of room on this side. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're going to make today. Also, this can be made into a belt. If you wanted to make it longer, you could also do that. So yeah, this is a great stitch. So let's get into our materials. So for your materials today, you're going to need a 4.25 millimeter hook. And for the yarn I'm using this Coboo Lionbrand yarn. It's in the color pale pink, and this is a cotton and bamboo yarn. And this works beautifully to make this stitch, okay? But you can use any yarn, and I will show you with an acrylic yarn. This is just a Hobby Lobby variegated yarn, or actually no, this is a red Bernat, and I'll put this in the description below too if you like this one. But this is just acrylic yarn, and so this turned out lovely as well. I didn't put any beading on it yet, but I just wanted to show you because this Coboo yarn can be a little bit expensive, so you can make these with any kind of yarn you choose to use, okay? So like I said, I'm using a 4.25 millimeter hook. I did get just some pearlized beads at Walmart, not very expensive at all. This was a 325 pack. I think you might even be able to find these at Dollar Tree and the dollar stores. Obviously any craft store you can find these at. And you're going to need a darning needle that fits your beading, whatever beading that you're using. So for instance, if I was working in my yarn, I might use this bigger darning needle, or you might call it a crochet. Don't mind my magnetic thing there with everything on it. But that's what that looks like. It's the bigger one. So I'm going to use the smaller one, my smaller darning needle, to put the pearls on. And I will be using this yarn to do that. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Okay, so let's get into the video. I'm going to try to take this off while preserving the little thing that I always lose. And we'll start with this new one. With this little thing of yarn though, you could make a lot of headbands, so it might be worth the money if you like this yarn. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna make a slip knot. And then we're going to chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, okay? Then you're going to put a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So not in this, you can't work in this one, but in the next one, you're going to do a single crochet. And then you're gonna do single crochets all the way across. And so at the end, you should have 14. Now, because this is a cotton yarn, it does tend to split. So you might see that in the video. If you've worked with cotton yarns, a lot of people can't stand it because they do that. But this is just such a soft, lovely yarn. And if you have friends or people who are into veganism or protecting our environment, this is made with all natural bamboo and cotton. So that's something to think about. So just going along, doing our single crochets. Then you get to this last single crochet. Okay, then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And you've got a loop right here on your hook, okay? So you're gonna leave that loop there, and then we're gonna start doing some Tunisian crochet, okay? So you're gonna go right into this first, you're going to yarn over, and you're gonna go into this first stitch here and pull up. Then you're gonna yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up, yarn over, go into the next, pull up, yarn over, go into the next, pull up. And the key to get this to look, this feathered look that you see right here, this beautiful feathered look, is to keep your stitches nice and loose like this. You don't want them to get tight, and try to make them even. So I'm pulling up, trying to make them as even as I possibly can. Yarn over, go into your next stitch, pull up. So this might be something new for some people who are familiar with Tunisian crochet. You usually don't yarn over, but this one is different. And that's what gives it that pretty different look there, okay? So just yarn over like this through every stitch and go through and pull up. Don't forget your last stitch. If you need to, turn it on its side so that you can see your last V. And then you're gonna pull up, and then you're gonna have all these on your hook. The reason I suggest not using a Tunisian crochet hook for this, which you can, is that it's hard to keep your stuff loose on a Tunisian hook, okay? So that's the only reason why I say just use a regular hook. All right, so then you're gonna yarn over and you're gonna go through your first 2 loops. And now you have a loop on your hook, and you're gonna go through that loop on your hook right here, and then you're gonna go through 2 more loops. And again, through the loop on your hook there and through 2 more loops. Through the loop on your hook and through 2 more loops. And you're gonna do that all the way down. So you're going through these 2 here, but you're also going through the one on the hook. And you might notice a little bit of a curve. But it's very important that you go through those 2. Now here at the end, you're going to have 3 stitches left. You're going to yarn over, go through the loop here, and then go through all 3 stitches. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So you will get a little bit of a lean over. That's okay. That's the way it should look. Then you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to pull up your loop here on your hook, and you're going to yarn over, and you're going to go into the second stitch from your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into your next stitch, pull up a loop. And then here's the thing right here. So as you're looking at this, you see all these top little places here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to just hold my hook like this, and I'm going to get my darning needle because I want to show you exactly where we'll be working into, okay? So you're going to be working into these stitches right here. Here's 1, here's 1, here's 1, here's 1. So you're going to be working in all of those. And you definitely don't want to forget this first one right here, okay? So I want you to yarn over and go into this first stitch. Now, these can be hard to work into, so you're definitely going to want to use the tip of your hook to work into those, which is why it's there. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go into your next one, pull through, yarn over, go into the next, yarn over, go into the next, pull up. Remember to leave those loose and leave them as even as you possibly can, your loops. Go into the next. But in case you're trying to get ahead of me, you're not going to go all the way down this. You're not going to go all the way down. You're going to miss some stitches at the end. So just bear with me. Keep pulling up, yarn over. Okay, so here at the very end, we still have 3 stitches left, and that's where we're going to stop. So you see we have 1, 2, and 3. So we're not going to go any further. okay? Because that's what makes this look so diagonal like it does, like this. So we're now going to do the same thing we did before. We've got all these loops on our hook, and we're going to go through them all. So you're going to yarn over, go through your first 2 loops. You've got the loop on your hook, you're going to go through that, and then you're going to go through 2. Go through the loop on your hook, go through 2. Loop on your hook, go through 2. Loop on your hook, go through 2. And just keep doing that all the way down. Okay, when you get to the end, you're going to have 3 loops left on your hook. Yarn over, go through the loop on your hook, and then go through all 3 of those. Okay? And that's what it looks like. So you technically have 3 over here and 3 over here. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to do this one more time, and then I'll have one that's finished up that I can show you how we're going to go around it to finish everything off. So again, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to have this loop right here on your hook, pull it up, yarn over, go into the second chain from the hook, go through, pull up, go through the next one, go through, pull up, go into the next, go through, pull up, yarn over, go into the next. And right here, we're working in this first bump right here. Pull up, pull up. Remember to yarn over again in between each. Yarn over. And you just keep pulling up as you go along, trying to make sure they're nice and loose and even. When you're working with this yarn though, if you're using this in particular yarn especially, and really with any of the yarn, because you're making such a loose stitch, you want to try to make sure that you don't poke anything down here, because it will try to pull it out, okay? So we've got 3 left now, so we're going to leave that alone. I can pull these down a little bit. And now we're going to work through these loops. So we're going to yarn over, go through 2, yarn over 2. Remember, we're going through this loop on our hook as well, and then through 2, and then through 2. Okay, so we have our 3 left on our hook, and then we have our loop right here, so we're going to go through all of those. And there you go, that's what it looks like. So you're going to do 18 rows of these. So right now we have 1, 2, 3. So you're going to keep going for 15 more rows, and then you will be completed with the headband. If you wanted to make a belt, which will be exactly the same, the only difference is you would just keep going longer. Or if you wanted to make something different out of this, you can go as much as you want and as long as you want. You could go out further. You could go up longer. As long as you know the stitch, you can do anything you want to do, okay? So you go ahead and finish up the length for yours, and we'll meet back in just a minute, and I'll show you how to finish everything off and how to put the beading on. Okay, so now you should have the length of yours done. So now I'm going to show you how we're going to put this edge all along here and around, and then how to do the beading, okay? So I have mine all completed and finished, so this is what yours should look like. Okay, so you would be this way right here. This is where your hook would be. And all you're going to do now, is you're going to go across the top and put single crochets. So I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to go right into this first bump right here, this first little bump thing. And I'm going to put 1 single crochet. So there's 1, and then I'm going to go into the next one. There's 2, and into the next 3. So I'm just going to single crochet all the way across. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this final one would make 12. Okay? So you single crocheted all the way across, and now we're going to go from bump to bump right here, from these sides right here, so from here to here to here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to go right here to this little bump right here on this first one right here. So if you see right here really closely, there's a little bump right there, and you're going to work right into that and put a single crochet. Okay? Then you're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to go into the next bump right here at the very tippy top, and put another single crochet. And then chain 4, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to go into the next one. Just like that. And then again, chain 4, and then go into the next little peak here, right there in that bump, and put a single crochet, and chain 4 again, and right into the top of this one. So hopefully you've got the picture now. You can see what we're going to be doing. And so if you just lay flat, this is what it looks like. We're just giving it an edging, and this is where we're going to put our little pearls, okay? So you keep going all the way down, and then when we get close to the end, I'm going to show you exactly what to do and how to turn, okay? So I'll see you back in just a minute. Okay, so we're getting close to the end here, so I wanted to meet back up with you so I can show you what to do. So again, chaining 4, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go into this last little bump we have here. And then we need to get all the way over here. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to single crochet right here on the side, just like this. And then you're going to turn your work this way so that you can see the top of the first row of single crochet that you did. Then you're going to chain 1, and you're going to go across and do single crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, so there's going to be one more on this side than there is on the other, and that's because this is what started our single crochets here. Okay, so now you're going to chain 4 again, because now we're working along this side right here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to go right over here into the top of our bump here. Now on this side, it's going to look a little bit different. Instead of having those little bumps, you're actually having a stitch here that you're going to work into. So just find the peak of there, and you're going to work a single crochet right at that top of that peak. And then you're going to chain 4 again, and you're going to go into this next peak right here. Try to work under both, but if you can, it's no big deal. Okay, so again, 2, 3, and 4. Find your next peak right here, and do a single crochet. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Find your next peak, do a single crochet. And again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then right here. So that's what you're going to do all the way down. And then when we get to the end down here, I'll meet back up with you again and I'll show you how to finish it off. So as you can see, we're just following along here, doing the edging all around, okay? So I'll see you back in just a minute. Okay, so we just did our last little peak right there where we did our single crochet. So to finish off, you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And right here at this very end, you're going to go right into there, put a single crochet, then go into your next stitch and put a slip stitch, just like that, okay? And now I'm going to show you how to do the end. So right here, we've got these beautiful ties at the end. This is what you tie around your head for the headband. So the headband would sit on your head like this. It would go all the way down and it would tie on the bottom, almost like a bonnet, but of course it would be in the back of your head and you would not, it's not a bonnet, but anyway, similar to that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to, so right now you're at this end right here. You just finished. And this is where, right here, where we're going to put the piece. So I'm going to go into my next stitch and put a slip stitch. And from there, I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to go right into my next stitch and do a double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to double crochet right in the middle of this spot right here. So right in the middle here, I'm going to put a double crochet. And then I'm going to repeat that. Chain 2, go into this spot and put a double crochet. Chain 2, go into the middle of these two right here and put a double crochet. And again, chain 2 and put a double crochet. So you just keep doing that until you get a long enough chain that you're comfortable with. Now for mine, I did 20 of these, okay? But let's just count just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I did 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So yes, 20 should be perfect for you, but if you need it longer or shorter, you can adjust it. But again, chain 2, go in the middle of this stitch and put a double crochet. So this just is a great pattern to make a little chain, like. So just keep doing that, and then you're going to do the same thing on this side. You will bring in your yarn right here at the end here. You will double crochet, a chain 3, double crochet into the next stitch, and then do the chain. So it's the same for each side. So let me just show you one more time. Chain 2 and double crochet right here in the middle of these, just like that. Okay? So just keep doing that until you get 20 on both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do the beading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about two to 3 strands of this, and I'm just going to pull just like this. So I'm separating strands from other strands. 2 or 3 will be fine. And then you just pull down and keep pulling. It might get caught, that's fine. But you'll need about the length of the headband to do this. You might need more. If you do, you can just cut off and do more. But then you're going to thread this onto that smaller darning needle that I showed you. So I'm going to find that on my little magnetic thing. So I found my other little darning needle. So I'm going to go ahead and thread this on to this. Not all the way down, but pretty far way down, like that. Then I'm going to take this side and I'm going to create a knot. So just like you were going to, you know, sew on a button or start sewing a piece of fabric, you're doing essentially the same thing. You've just broken down your yarn to make it smaller. So I just do several knots until it's big enough. Then I cut off. And then I'm going to start right down here. Okay, and let me bring out my other one to show you where I put the beads. Okay, So I'm going to start with a bead right here. So then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go right here and I'm going to pull up till the knot that I made hits right there. Then I'm going to put on my bead, my pearl, and then I'm going to pull it down just like this. Then I'm going to go right through here, and then I'm going to start bringing this thread up and over, okay? So this little piece right here needs to be worked in later, but for right now, we're going to work this over here. It'll come up in just a minute. So now I'm going to work my yarn, my thread, yarn, whatever, all the way over here. And that's going to cause that to sit right there. Okay. So I can pull kind of like that. And then I'm going to go right here into my next space. And that's where I'm going to put my next pearl. So right here, I'm going to come up right there where I want to come up at. This is what it looks like. And then I'm going to put another bead. Just like that. Then I'm going to come out through here and just work it back in till I get to my other place where I want to put another bead. So I'm going to work my way up to my next peak right here. Just like that. And then I will put another pearl. And then I would go right back in here and just work my way over here. And then when you pull, it becomes tight and the pearl goes down, okay? And then another one. But you don't want to pull too tight because it might mess up your work. So just kind of, you know, you can pull and look how you like it. Okay, and then I'll have another one. And I'll go right through here again. Going up to my next little peak here, and then I'll put another bead. And then when you get to the end of your beading here, for this side, you're probably going to need to do another, get your needle ready for another bit of thread. And then once you get down to the end, you would just knot off just like you would do if you were going to sew something. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you would continue doing this all the way down to here, and then you would start over here again, just like you started here. Just like you started here, you would start right here, and then just do one bead at each one of these segments here, okay? So you'd just be doing the same. But to finish this off, what I would do, let me just put one more bead in. Then I would go right through. So let's say we were down at the end of this. Okay, I've got my bead where I want it to go. I'm going to turn my work over, and then I'm just going to go in through here, and I'm going to knot off. So I'm going to go through, I've got a loop here, and I'm going to pull through this loop to make a knot. So I'm going to do that more than once. So there's 2, and then I might even do it again. And there's 3, okay? So I've done that 3 times, and that will secure that there, and then I can cut off, and then it'll be all done, okay? So that's all you need to do for this. It's great fun. It turns out absolutely beautiful, and it really is not too hard to accomplish. So this is what the end piece looks like. Remember to do both of your sides, and let me know how this works out for you guys. I'll be coming back with another video soon with a great stitch, but please like, share, subscribe to my channel, do all those wonderful things that help so much. And I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks. Bye guys. Happy crocheting.